good, guys? M.V.K here, back again. Your alpha is here. How is everybody doing today? So what are we here to do? We're here to do check the title. Yes, guys, we're here to do. I'm here to give you my review on the latest movie I've seen entitled Godzilla. Yes. The third movie in the Monsterverse, the legendary studios Monsterverse. And I'm just here to give you my 411, what I liked, what I disliked, but overall, I will tell you straight up right now, enjoyed the movie very much. It was fun. It was exactly what I needed. More importantly, there will be spoilers. There will be probably some haters that ain't gonna agree with what your alpha has to say. But overall, let's get the first thing out of the way right now. Who won the fight? There were 3 battles between these 2 legends. There was. Who won the fight? And that, my friends, is how I feel. It goes to the Big G himself, the King. That's right, folks. I said it. If you don't like what I just said, boo freakity hoo. Because out of the 3 rounds they fought, who was standing over one person with their foot on their chest? Yeah. Try to swing that. I love to hear somebody try to swing that. Okay? 2 rounds went to G-Man, 1 went to Kong. There you go. But if there was anybody in the world who believed too much into what Mr. Wingard, the director, and the studio and the marketing played off, saying one will fall, meaning they believed that one of these icons was gonna die, I got a friend that got something to tell you right now. Yelena, what's that word?
Fooling yourself.
You heard what she said. You're fooling yourself. If you thought that way, then you're wrong. You were absolutely fooling yourself. So, I loved the movie. This movie felt more like a Kong movie than anything. Let's keep it real. It felt like a King Kong sequel in a sense, because we already got 2 out of the Big G, but we only have 1 out of King Kong. So what is, yeah, so this would be the 4th, excuse me. I said 3rd, meant 4th. But overall, it did feel like a Kong movie. And that's not a bad thing, but it just felt like Godzilla was just along for the ride. It focused a lot on that. The object of the movie was fine. Even the human element wasn't oversaturated too much outside of certain things that that could have been okay. From the the making of Mechagodzilla, okay. Excuse me again. From the conspiracious, who was trying to break the news on Apex, okay. Them going into detail of explaining why Godzilla was doing all this, I thought was pretty damn good too. We saw he attacked Pensacola, Florida, basically the Apex factory, and there was a reason why. When he came to Hong Kong, why was he there? There were certain elements that you kind of understood why he was doing it. But overall, this still felt like a Kong movie. It really did. It felt like, Kong was still looking for a home. I heard one of the director basically say Kong felt like John McClane, like he was the unlikely hero or things like that. And I saw what they were doing. Like, yeah, when you look at Godzilla, he's got all this weaponry. What has Kong got? So it kind of felt that way. But that I didn't mind that too much. Yes, the overarching of the it wasn't too much overarching of the human element. They still tried to keep it true to what this is about. This is about two icons going at it. And I loved every fight that they had. The first fight, which was basically 18 minutes, that's what they said it was. I should have timed it, which I didn't. Was the first fight that we would see in the trailer. The fight was good. Godzilla got some licks in. Kong got some licks in. But the fact of the matter was still the same. Kong was out of his element. And there was several times in that fight where Godzilla could have drowned the big ape. Could have drowned him. And if it wasn't for the humans helping him, yeah, it would have been, oh, that's the movie right there. It's over. Then, of course, the concept of Hollow Earth. I like that element to it as well. I thought that was really cool, explaining basically where the Titans come from. I like that approach. But even there, you can see that Kong still was really out of his element. He still needed help from time to time in dealing with the kaijus and the threats that were there. But like I said before, the overarching of the human element was there, but it didn't hurt the movie. When they were needed to explain some things, they were needed. Kong learned knowing sign language. I didn't mind that. You know, apes are very intelligent. I'm like, okay, you know sign language with the little girl. Okay, that's fine. I got no issue with that. One of my uncles did, but I didn't. I was like, okay, so he learned sign language. Okay. But the true aspect, I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, Godzilla came off like a bully and everything like that. It's kind of like, the way I looked at it was, look, if you have another apex predator or another alpha coming to your territory, what do you think is going to happen? Like, you see this in documentaries all the time, especially in lion prides. Usually there's one male lion of pride, and when another male lion comes in, who comes into contact with that other male lion? That other male lion. And they either go at it and scare that other lion, that usually it's a young lion, off. So I got the concept of what God is like. This is my territory. I'm the king. You're not. You had your little island. You should have stayed on that island. You know, I get it. One of the biggest problems I had with the movie was, where was the other kaijus? Where were they? This truly felt like they were all gone. After King of the Monsters, we saw every last kaiju bow to Kong, bow to Godzilla, and as, yeah, you're the king. You are, we serve you. Which, like I said, that was one of the big things I did not like. I was like, okay, where are they at? Where's everything going? What was that? The second fight they had, where Kong finally got his plated axe, yeah, I give it a Kong. Yeah, at first, yeah, I'm like, okay, he's got a weapon, but he's got something to kind of counteract Godzilla's atomic breath. I will say this: wasn't a big fan of that. Even in the fight, Godzilla was using that a lot. I was like, yeah, he's using his atomic breath way too much. He didn't use that as much when he fought Ghidorah. I was like, yeah, okay. But I thought, okay, the fight round 2 went to Kong. And they even said it in the movie. But Godzilla got back up and was like, alright, let me show you. And he just went into overdrive mode. Because there were times Godzilla he got extremely fast. He whipped him with the tail. He's doing this. He scarred up Kong's chest. And then, of course, he threw him so hard, Kong separated his shoulder. And there was the famous scene where he steps on Kong and just roars in his face. Kong roars back. And it was almost to the point where I looked and I saw and I felt in that scene Godzilla basically is like, you're not the enemy. You're not the enemy. I'm gonna leave. And we saw, like, basically the end of the fight. You got Kong still. I can still go. Felt like a real fighter saying, no, I can go, and then pop, he just passed out. Technically, and especially, Godzilla won. He won the fight, and it wasn't till the end. Now, the whole concept of them kind of mixing Pacific Rim to controlling Mecha Godzilla, I was like, okay, this is getting very Pacific Rim, and it didn't work. And then I was like, yeah, I bet you Mecha Godzilla is gonna go out of control, and that's what we saw. There were a lot of elements to the movie that I was like, yeah, this is probably what's gonna happen. And yeah, when that happened, yes, I've never seen the Big G get beat down as badly as he did with Mecha Godzilla. So badly that you got me standing up and screaming, come on, get up, Godzilla, please. I did like the concept of that, yes. It needed to take the two opponents to deal with this threat. Yes, there was a Superman, Batman versus Batman feel to it. And yeah, I get that as well. But it served its purpose in this, I think, a lot better than in Batman v Superman. You know what I'm talking about. I felt like it was needed, and yes, even then, I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Godzilla, Kong came in, yeah, King Kong saved Godzilla." To a degree, yes, but let's make no mistake about it, people. Even when he was fighting with the plated axe, he still had a hard time. It wasn't until Godzilla charged that axe back up, then it happened. I like the ending. I like the ending where we see basically the two icons basically like, you know what? Giving respect, acknowledging each other. Okay, you're good. All right. And Godzilla goes back in the water. Kong heads off to Hollow Earth to take over Hollow Earth. There you go. End of discussion. End of fight. But once again, for anybody out there that thought one of these characters was going to die, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. The marketing, I will agree, marketing, and that was poor advertising. You guys should have, you tried your best to simplify it, but yeah, the battles were good, but it was poor advertising. You guys said, it stated in your posters, everything. So one of these icons will fall, but it didn't happen. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. It was fun. I hope to see more of the Monsterverse. Keep it going. I know Legendary still has, their contract was extended, so there could be more movies. Let's get a movie of Kong and Hollow Earth. We didn't see all of Hollow Earth, so we don't know what's down there. So that would be great to see. Where can Kong go after this? His story kind of leaves a little bit more like, okay, where do we go from here? Do we bring in other icons like Destroyer? I would love to see Destroyer brought in, But with Kong, his story is a little bit more open to suggestions. But I still liked it. It was fun. Like I said, the human element wasn't too bad. It didn't oversaturate the movie. When the monsters was needed, the monster was needed. I felt like there were some things that didn't need to be done, but overall it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. You guys tell me in the comment section down below, what did you think of the movie? If you don't agree with my analogy on the fight itself, then you explain to me why, and I will pretty much try to understand your logic. But where I saw and where I see, there were 3 fights. Three rounds. And 2 of those rounds went to the Big G, the king of the monsters himself, my man, Godzilla. And in that, in my opinion, Godzilla won the fight. So, in my opinion, 60s fight went to Kong, 2021 fight went to Godzilla. We even now, baby. I'll catch you guys down the road with some more movie reviews. I still have to review Raya. I did see that too. But I will catch you guys down the road, my back. Peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real.